Alright guys, here's my long-awaited review for Hyrbids issue 2. I was able to read it over the weekend, and it continues the great artwork, the colorful backgrounds. You know, it's bright, it's vibrant. You know, it's kind of like a refresher on, you know, not all comics have to be dark and brooding, but this sort of has its own feel to it. We continue our story with Clarence, aka Trashman, finding out more about sort of the source of his powers, and that there's others like him. You sort of see a little bit of what will go on in the future. You know, kind of gives you a little bit of an idea of what might happen, like the people that's possibly hunting him. There's people that's trying to help him. It's kind of a little bit of everything. You kind of see to where he's not alone in this. You kind of see the idea that he's going to have allies in this fight, but you don't really know exactly who's up against him at the moment. You get the idea that there are people out there who's trying to stop him, who's trying to cause him trouble. But you also get the idea that there is more out there like him that have different abilities, different powers. And overall, it was an interesting read. It very well sets up the future of the Hyrbids series. And from what I've heard, I think the issues are supposed to be shipping soon at local stores and shops. So definitely check it out. Star-Crossed Comics, and it's sort of I guess a newer company in a lot of ways, but they seem to be really working hard on getting their startup, getting things moving forward with Hyrbids. There's an advertisement in the book that I saw, the version that I have, for another one of their series that is coming soon, and you know, hopefully this will be a good indie company that is starting up, and that will be a big thing in the future. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I'm all in at this point. I used to be just a strictly Marvel DC person, which in a lot of ways, when it comes to my comic purchases, I still do a lot of the Marvel DC, because I'm a huge DC fan. I'm a huge comic book fan altogether. But over time, I've been reading other stories that have kind of really gotten my attention. You know, like The Boys, even though The Boys is an extremely mature, you know, depraved sort of comic, it's got an interesting sort of story to it. I've been reading it since the Amazon Prime show come out. I've been reading it some. I've started reading The Walking Dead. I've been reading, you know, lots of books that aren't by the big two, so to say. And Hyrbids is one of them. And I've read 2 issues, and I'm really wanting to see how the story progresses, how it shapes up, how it goes in the future. And I love seeing the different characters that Luke Stone has come up with, that he's drawn. And I've spoke to him myself, because the idea, the premise of that book and that company has gotten me excited about, you know, kind of joining in with this, kind of putting my cart with this horse, so to speak, and getting my own ideas into Star-Crossed Comics. And I would love the opportunity and the chance, because they are really hitting all of the pluses about a starter comic. You know, a lot of comics, a lot of startup comics tend to leave you in the dark about a lot of things, or they kind of have a slow start. This one starts out immediately with, you know, here's our main character. Here's the guy we're gonna, you know, you're gonna see it through Clarence's eyes in a lot of ways. He's sort of the piece, sort of like the viewer, in that, you know, you see things through his eyes. You see the world through his eyes in a lot of introduced to the new characters sort of through his eyes, and the conflict that's going on, because he has no idea at first what's going on. And the more you read into it, the more you do it. Clarence, Trash Man, he seems to be, out of the characters that I see, he seems to be, just from his look alone, one of the more powerful characters. But you're sort of being put in his shoes. You're seeing that, he's got this conflict, he's got this backstory, he's got this drive, and this curiosity about what's going on, and he really wants to. There's multiple things going on. There's not just this possible fight that's going on. There's this mystery of what's behind it all, of how these guys got their powers, of several things, and it just it makes you want more. It makes you kind of want to see what's going to happen in the future, and I'm all for it, and I support it. I'm going to give issue 2 in many ways is better than issue 1, and I'm excited to see what happens in issue 3 and going forward. This story arc that we're thrown into is going to be, looks like it's going to hit all the right notes for a comic book that you can enjoy, that is geared sort of towards the teenage young adult category in a sense, but it's geared for pretty much anyone can pick it up and watch it and read it. There's not a lot of foul language in it, but there's a bit, there's not really foul language. There's like 2 words in the whole book, and it's like PG level words. But pretty much all ages could read it. I would not have a whole lot of trouble with letting my son read it. I'd want to wait till he's a little older, and understand, some people say bad words, just to kind of get a feel for it. But it's a great book, and I'm all in for it. I'm supporting it. I'm wanting to see what happens next. I like the story. As a Christian comic book reader, it does not offend me in any way as far as being a Christian, and there's nothing really offensive in the book at all that I see for anybody to read. It's not per se a Christian book. It's by a Christian writer, so to speak, but it hits on levels that every person should be able to enjoy. Every walk of life can enjoy. There's characters that represent different walks of life, and I think that if you guys pick it up, you will not be disappointed. You'll enjoy it. I give this, I highly recommend it. Check it out, read it, form your own opinions. I mean, you're not gonna, I'm hoping to sway you into picking it up, to read it, to check it out at least. But you're gonna have your own opinions, and I hope you enjoy it because I'm enjoying it. I hope it's something that goes through and is as popular as, say, The Walking Dead, or the other stories that are not Marvel DC but have just as much of a following. I have a feeling this will be, and I look forward to seeing what comes in the future. I hope it does well in the market. I hope that you guys check it out, you read it, you enjoy it, you see what the company is trying to do here, that you support it 100%, because indie books, the indie books as a whole are trying new things, are trying to be just as popular. Even though it doesn't have to be Marvel or DC to be a good book. They're starting something new that can last just as long, that can be just as popular. But anyways, guys, give it a check out. I'm enjoying the book. I recommend it highly. Give it a try. Give this video a like and a share to put it out there, and just enjoy, guys, and have a good day. God bless. And yeah, there's my review and my recommendation. I give the thing A, and go